I just wanted to give you a very quick demonstration of Geomni following our meeting earlier today when, unfortunately, there was a slight technical issue at one of the server buildings where the Digimap is basically held. It's very rare this happens, and sure, after 10 minutes after our meeting, everything went back to normal. Anyway, so I wanted to show you Geomni very quickly, as I do think it would be pretty relevant to some of your architectural related courses, or anyone who's got an interest in building and planning and just anything in that area really. But as you saw, I come through to Geomni via the kind of the collection bar on the Digimap homepage. You'll see that for we've got a map here of the UK. There's data for all of the UK and Northern Ireland, and this is the UK land data set. So to show it in more detail, what I'm going to do is I'll just go to Newcastle very quickly and search for that. And so here we are with the map of Newcastle. You can see the map is represented by different colours. You can use the fader here to fade in and out the colours. The most important thing really here is the map content, and you can see the legend here on the left hand side, and it's really valuable for particular urban areas because it really breaks down the differences within an urban area. You can see these kind of more red and pink and kind of brown colours give you a proper indication of what's what. So if I go back to my base maps drop down, then you'll see there's two extra layers. One's UK buildings age, and one is UK buildings use. So if we click on age, you'll see that the data for these buildings has now appeared on the map. I might just sharpen it up using the slider up here. And basically, it's as simple as now scrolling into the map or zooming in, having a look, and then I can use the I button up here to start to interrogate the map and see what each building is. I'll grab this one here. So it gives a little bit of data behind each building. It gives you the area, the property area, and the building area. Sometimes these are different. In this case, they're the same. Height in meters, age, and the use. And you'll see over here on the left-hand side, you've got the legend again, and it goes from light to dark in terms of old to modern. So yeah, that's basically that, and the data is very much for, as I said, larger towns and cities. So if I scroll out, or zoom out rather, you'll see that the data is kind of aligned with the boundary of Newcastle upon Tyne and these other built-up areas in the region. But if you go out a little bit, you'll see that the rural areas don't have any data for them. So it's really only of interest to larger towns and cities. If I go back to the base map and choose UK buildings use, then it really is the same data set, but the data is presented in a kind of different colour scheme. So you can search for buildings depending on the colour they represent. So if I wanted to get a sense of where the educational buildings are, just looking for these yellow buildings, either schools or potentially universities, colleges, that kind of thing. You can see the offices here in the central part of the town, and then there's the kind of other colours that represent other buildings. And again, you can use your I button to interrogate the map. So that's basically the main part of the service. There were a couple of other bits to this, but they only focus on London. So if I go to SW19, which is Wimbledon in London, and I zoom in a little bit, then I'll be able to see that there are some more base map options. So I've got this kind of what they call UK map, although the name's slightly misleading because it is just for London, and also there's some aerial imagery for just London as well. So I'm hovering here above the Wimbledon Tennis Centre, and I guess the key things here for London are there's two extra layers. There's the tree canopy, and there's the upper floor data. So the tree canopy data is simply polygon shapes of trees in London. It doesn't tell you what type of trees they are, it doesn't tell you the name of the tree, but it just shows that there's a tree there. So I suppose if someone was looking to do a green space study of London, then this data could be quite valuable. The other one is the upper floors data, and this is basically a kind of data set which again is just for London and is pretty sporadic in its in terms of what data is on the map. But here there is some for Wimbledon town centre, shopping centre, essentially. So it gives you a kind of a clear outline of the building and also a kind of internal model of what that building looks like inside. So if you were to download this out of Digimap, you could create a 3D model with the data that's contained here. There are a few other buildings in and around in London, but again, as I said, it's quite sporadic. So that's a really quick whistle-stop tour of Geomni data. I hope that's useful. And again, apologies I couldn't get it to work on the meeting earlier, but hopefully this has given you a quick idea of what it is. If you would like a trial, then that's available to you. Just let me know when you'd like it and I can get it set up. And if you'd like to go ahead and subscribe, then you can do that via the portal and it will just prorate the subscription until the end of this academic year, so the end of 31st of July. Okay, thanks very much.